Hello, friends. So let's look on the first chapter chemical reactions and equations. I think this is an easy chapter. Then, two important questions may come from this chapter. So, let's see. What is a chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is a reaction in which chemical change occurs. And also, an activity is given. I think you have to just look onto it. That is, we have to take a magnesium ribbon of 2 centimeter, then rub it in a sandpaper, and then hold it with a pair of tongs, burn it using a spirit lamp or burner, and collect the ash. And one thing which you have to be careful is that you have to burn it far away from your eyes. And from this, we can see that magnesium burns with a dazzling white flame and it turns to the white powder. And then let's see what is reactants and products. The substances that undergo chemical change in a reaction is called as reactants, and a new substance that is formed is called as products. The reactants are written on the left hand side of the arrow and products are written in the RHS side with a plus sign between them. The arrow forehead between the products and reactants points towards the product and shows the direction of the reaction. And then let's see why we need to balance an equation. We need to balance an equation to satisfy the law of atomic mass. And a balancing chemical equation is a process in which we are equalizing the number of atoms in the RHS and LHS side. Then, what is law of atomic mass? That is, mass cannot be destroyed or it cannot be produced. And we know balancing a chemical equation is a bit difficult. Then too, if we study, it is very easy. So here, let's see. Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Here we know that Fe is present. Fe is an element which is present 1 in number in the LHS and the number of atoms is 3 in the RHS side. So for equalizing it, we can give a number 3 near the box Fe. Hence, Fe will be 3Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. And in the similar way, we have to equalize each and every atom. And then we would be able to get a balanced equation. That is, Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. And we are writing the term AQ, that is aqueous, when the reactants or products are present in the solution of water. Then we know that there are any number of reactions like combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, decomposition reaction, exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, and so on. Let's see onto it. First, let's see what is combination reaction. Combination reaction is a reaction in which 2 or more reactants combine together to form a single product. And then let's look what is exothermic chemical reaction. The reaction in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called as exothermic chemical reactions. Example for it are burning of natural gas. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. I think this part is a bit more important. That is, there is a chance of filling the blanks coming from this part. And the next example for exothermic reaction is that respiration. C6H12O6 plus CO2, that is 6 CO2, gives 6 CO2 plus H2O plus energy. And there is one more example, that is decomposition of vegetable matters into compost. It's also an example of an exothermic reaction. Then let's see what is decomposition reaction. In this reaction, you can observe that a single reactant breaks down to give simpler products. For example, FeSO4 gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. Here, SO2 and SO3 are gases which have a foul smell. And then let's see what is the examples of decomposition reaction. The examples are FeSO4 gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. CaCO3 gives CO plus CO2. 2PbNO3 twice gives 2PbO plus 4NO2 plus O2. Here, NO2 produces brown fumes. And now, let's look to another example. 2AgCl gives 2Ag plus Cl2 in the presence of sunlight. This reaction is happening in the presence of sunlight, hence it is also called as photolytic chemical reaction. Then the reaction of silver bromide is also in the same way. Let's see what is displacement reaction. It is a reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound solution. Example, Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu. And the other example is that Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. And Pb plus CuCl2 gives PbCl2 plus Cu. Then let's see what is double displacement reaction. It is a reaction in which ions are exchanged between the reactants. For example, we can see Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 gives BaSO4 plus NaCl. Here, the ions in the reactants are displaced between themselves and it is forming new products. So, let's see. Here we can see that BaSO4, it produces a white insoluble precipitate. That is the value point, white insoluble precipitate. And hence, this reaction is also called as precipitation reaction. And the reaction in which the heat is absorbed is also called as endothermic reaction. Now let's see what is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. Oxidation reaction is a reaction in which the element gains oxygen or it gives oxygen to another atom. The oxidizing agents is a term which helps to add oxygen to another element. For example, Cu plus O2 gives CuO. Here what is happening is that oxygen is being added to copper and the color of copper is changing into a black color. And when again hydrogen is passed through this heated material, the black coating turns again back into brown color and a reverse reaction is taking place and the copper is obtained back. The substances which gain oxygen during the reaction is said to be oxidized, and the substances which loses oxygen during the reaction is said to be reduced. Now the next question is that what is redox reaction or oxidation reduction reaction? This is a reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place in the same time. Example, CO plus H2 gives Cu plus H2O.